as the Minnesota Machine in orange take on the Shamrocks Elite in white and gold in what should be a fun one. Evenly matched, a great word to describe these two teams. Have been in tight games but have struggled to be in winning. One of these two teams will find themselves in that column after this one. Minnesota has won one game in this tournament. The Shamrocks are still seeking their first. Minnesota's one win was against Slovakia. The Minnesota Blades will also be playing against the Lac St. Louis Lions at this time, so both Minnesota teams in action. We'll take a look at the starting goaltenders. Over for Minnesota, that's number 29, Camden Holloway. And on the other end, what initially looked to be Ben Wagner is now actually Liam Williamson. Nope, that is Ben Wagner. What am I saying? Let's drop the puck. Underway in the last of round-robin action. Minnesota moving from right to left, and there's Owen Caddy. Drops it back, quick shot, pad save. Minnesota on the move quickly, but Wagner a better denial. Braden Sharp down the left side for the Shamrocks, tries a toe drag, ends up below the net. In the slot, tipped out. Caddy on the forecheck. Turnover caused near the top of the circle. Shot taken and denied by Wagner. Up to the blue line. Ari Olsen. Shot tipped down. That would have been a high stick. And it's still whistled anyway, since the Shamrocks never touched it. Shamrocks have come close in this tournament. They lost even in a shootout to the Young Kings, but still are seeking that first win. Both these teams will be playing in the grind known as the Consolation Tournament. Here's a quick shot, sneaks wide. It came from Enzo Rivera, one of the very impressive players. Of course, they're all impressive, but Rivera sticks out on this team. Moved to the outside by Ben Remitz. Taken away and forced up to Kai Bergeron. Leading it ahead for Rivera. Good pressure from Austin Gerke. Down low for Jack Borrell. Around the wall, intercepted Bergeron. Bergeron up the wall. Kane Kuit towards the net, just wide. Nope, sorry, that was Tyler Cavanaugh. Castleman in a chase down low. Borrell takes it ahead. Remitz. Around the wall. Nearly 2 minutes gone here in this opening frame. No score yet. Up to Cavanaugh. And now Wang sticks it down to the near side hash marks. Cavanaugh digs it loose. Centering pass, nobody there, and it comes to the stick of Grant Martinson instead. Stretch pass out of the zone, well fed to Keegan Curran. Curran now waiting. And that pass interrupted. Well played defensively. Shamrocks the other way. Cavanaugh right side. Shoots, padded away by Holloway, who will now have to cover. Still loose as the Shamrocks still digging at it. Good poke, thrown in front. No connection there from Wang. Thrown back in front, backhander just wide. Shamrocks have been hounding with opportunities so far. Out to center now and a 2-on-1 chance. Martinson has Curran in front, can't find him. Ferris lost it. 2-on-2 corner battle in front of the Zamboni doors. Up the far side boards it comes. And Charlie Lemire got ran over. Up ahead now. Sherman got a stick on it, so it will not be icing. It's Avery Sherman with the pressure down low. His father, Scott, the coach of the Shamrocks team. This one sent in by Wagner, holding on with 11:13 to play. Shots on goal, 2-1 so far, favoring Minnesota. This is game number 64 of the Continental Clash, and the last one. Of round robin. The grind starts at 1 p.m. down on the South Rink. The semifinals between the top 4 teams will be at 4:45. Kuwait can't get there in time, it's icing. Face off the left of Camden Holloway. One back by Katie. He's got it now. Owen Katie down the right side of the ice. Pumps the brakes. Backhands it, intended for the slot. Instead now Rivera. Push back to the far side hash marks. Another board battle ensues in that area today. Delayed penalty coming here on Minnesota. Owen Katie to the box for tripping. And the Shamrocks will get a shot on the power play. Shamrocks tied for the second least power play goals with 2 in this tournament. Minnesota's penalty killing unit just about in the middle. If anything, on the better side. Only 3 power play goals against. Try there for Minnesota. That could have been their second shorthanded goal on the year. Here in the Continental Clash 2025 tournament. First class, the champions of 2024. Winning it last year 6-1 against Sauk St. Louis, who's playing right now against the Minnesota Blades. And now quickly, it is going to be a 5-on-3. Jace Lindbo, the culprit this time. .84 seconds of 5-on-3. Gotta feel good here if you're the Shamrocks. Kuwait couldn't get it out. This time he does. Lifting the stick of Smale, going against the wall. Now it's Wang. Kevin Wang with numbers, drops it back. Here's a shot, deflected out of play. As of right now, the top 4 teams in: Minnesota, the Blades of Minnesota, Boston Hockey Club, Finland, and Connecticut. But it's going to be close. Connecticut jumped over first class in that last game. They won by 7. That's plus 24 to first class's plus 23. Absolutely insane. And that might just be the top 4. Enzo Rivera inside with a shot. Save, rebound, score! Power play goal for the Shamrocks. Their 3rd of the tournament. Enzo Rivera picks up his own shot for a follow-up and score. Zach Ferris on the assist. Shamrocks seeking their first win of this tournament. Kavanaugh down below. Up top for Sherman. Back for Kavanaugh, top of the circle. Across, a shot wide. Karams off the backboards, finds Sherman, far side. Still 15 seconds on that most recent penalty called to Jace Lindbow. Here's a drive, save there as Holloway covers. Aaron Moss tracking down this puck. Moss with a nice move at the inside. Some space now created. Finds Grant Martinson. We are back at even strength. Shamrocks get 2 power play opportunities. They score. And they have the lead. Sharp down the wall for Sherman. Avery Sherman. Spinning free. On his knees, trying to sweep it towards the net. Castleman centering. Sherman fanned on it. Great opportunity there. Out it comes now to Cameron Sison. Sison inside. Gets some help. It's tapped ahead by Curran. And Wagner out of his net, but the one-timer to a wide-open cage could not be put home. Curran on the look. And then he was hit. Shocked there was not a call. Back up top to the point. Some trouble there. Pushed out by Castleman. Swiped out to Rivera. Looking back door for Bergeron. It's intercepted and poked up ahead now for Sison once again. Sison to the left now. Tapped up the wall for Martinson. All the way to the point. Here's a shot just wide off the stick of Franek. Drop back behind. Delayed penalty coming here. It's on the Shamrocks. Shot thrown on, deflected wide, and now the Minnesota Machine will go to their first power play opportunity of the game. Penalties on Hudson Smell. Minnesota Machine, the only team in this tournament without a power play goal. And here's now a chance for Kavanaugh. 2-on-1 with Wing. Kavanaugh drags, backhand. Nothing going. Could have potentially passed to Wing. A good time killer here from the Shamrocks. It's finally dug free. Kane Kuit around the net. Zips it across opposite side point. Here's a fire. Denied the rebound. Now behind the net. Up top for Barella shot. Hit a helmet on the way there. To the point now. Olsen dancing by Kavanaugh. Olsen steps into one just over the crossbar. And now Barella regains far side. Kane Kuit. Down the boards. August Gerke attempting a center, cleared out to the point, but now we have a whistle, and Minnesota is getting an elbowing call. Kane Kuit getting the call. Four on four for the next 20 now. Then it will be a slightly condensed Shamrocks power play. Up ahead, Jace Lindbow. Lindbow in the far side corner, scrapes it up top of the circle, shot by Remitz, off the mark. Stretched back in by Minnesota. Maverick Dahl taking pressure down low. Good forecheck here from Ben Remitz. Sherman couldn't get any further. Out of play. One of the few souvenir pucks we've seen. Ferris thrown out of the draw by his own teammate. A change was made. He wasn't aware. Now it's Rivera darting over the blue line. Bergeron down the wall. Swooped ahead. Kai Bergeron. Shot there from Rivera, blocked. Rivera inside to Castleman. Castleman turns, fires just wide. Bergeron up top. Kai Bergeron cannot make a pass, but Castleman follows up. Castleman a backhander, glove saved by Holloway. Face off to the left of Holloway. Ferris taking a draw for the Shamrocks, cannot win it, but chases in the corner to get it. Ferris with an assist on that opening goal from Rivera as they nearly found another and connected again. They'll look again, and it's put wide by Wing. Ref with a hard hit. Nothing intentional. Martinson in deep. Cross held in, Aaron Moss down the wall. Keegan Curran and now Martinson. 1:20 to go, one trickling wide here, followed up by Martinson. Moss tipped and stopped by Wagner. That's a great deflection. Ferris taps it ahead. It's behind the skates of Wang. Wang can move. There's an aggressive forecheck there. He'll peel off. Kavanaugh steps in. Sent out of the zone, and here's Minnesota. Down low, Sison. Rivera unaware of where it was. Curran potentially hooked will play on. Given right to Rivera. Sherman stops at the blue. Rivera, sharp angle. Saved by a standing Holloway. Curran now out of the zone with a dozen to play in the first period. And this one will trail all the way down. One last offensive zone faceoff coming here for the Shamrocks. Up one. Check in on that Minnesota Blades game. Final seconds. Sherman. Nothing towards the net. That's the buzzer. Three to 1 Minnesota Blades over the Lac St. Louis Lions. And over here it's 1-0 the Shamrocks over the Minnesota Machine. We'll check back in just a moment here on WSBN.
The 4 Points by Sheraton, Winnipeg South. Conveniently located on South Pembina Highway near the Trans-Canada Bypass and 1 hour from the U.S. border crossing. Offering a saltwater pool, hot tub, 24-hour fitness center, restaurant, and lounge.
Back for the second, we flip sides. Period of the long change. Shamrocks lead 1-0 for 15 minutes. After this, we begin the grind consolation tournament. Here's a chance quickly. A backhander by Katie just off the mark. Up the wall by Martinson, then tipped wide. Katie. Banky takes a check. Tap to the corner by Kane Kuit. Two bodies collide. Thrown in front, Wagner a stop, but the rebound still loose. Comes up to the top of the circle where a shot is wide. Wagner trying to cover, came loose, and they score! Katie with the loose change in front.
Machine goal scored by number 97, Owen Kenny. On assistant at 1-2.
Martinson back up the wall. Burrell. Martinson pads it up again. This will be a foot race. Bergeron trying to sort it. And Martinson takes a couple of hacks and is glued against the wall. Takedown on one of the Shamrock players. Shoves him again. You got to be careful. Do not want to go to the box. And now here's Castleman. Zips it across. Bergeron trying to find it. He will take it at the red line. Kai Bergeron for Castleman. Bergeron. Centering attempt is deflected down low. Olsen takes a spill. Chance for Ferris into the slot. Ferris with a nice move and a better save from Holloway. It's mailed towards net, covered, delayed penalty. Shamrocks going to the power play. Twelve and a half to go. First power play chance of the second period for the Shamrocks, who did score their only goal on the power play so far. It was Rivera who's out there, number 14. He got a feed from Ferris. Clearing attempt. Looked to have hit a glove maybe on the Shamrocks bench. Perhaps not as we keep playing on. Kevin Wang in a 2-on-1. Now Ferris trying to pull it in. Some speed shown here by Kuit. Attempting a move to the inside. Won't work out. And it's taken the other way by Kavanaugh. Up for Wang. Wang brushed into the boards. He'll take it down at the goal line with some space. Pauses and try to fling one into center. Ari Olsen. Olsen with one nice move. Then he's bodied off. Textbook defending by Smale. Out of the zone for Wang. Wang now. He's shoved towards the net and covered by Holloway. Cleared in by Minnesota again. Still 20 seconds left on the power play for Shamrocks Elite. Sherman. In a 3-on-2. Avery Sherman swoops outside. Sherman across one-timer. Sharp fluttered off the mark. And we're at even strength. Turnaround shot. Sharp rings the crossbar. Five minutes into the second period. Minnesota came and evened it up so far. That was very early on. Here's a quick numbers opportunity. Shot and blockered away. Shot came from Boucher, saved by Holloway. Sherman gets out of the offensive end for a reset. Across the ice now for Hudson Taggart. Sherman waiting. Dancing over the line now, taken away by Ben Remitz. Another takeaway. Sharp steps in, bans on a shot, and Holloway will still get credited the stop as it trailed toward him. This would be icing. And it is.
All unattended small children.
It is 9:17 left to go in the second period. And it has been a very even game so far. One in the first from the Shamrocks. Game totals as Minnesota scored in the second, 11-5. Shamrocks are outplaying in that factor. A lot of shots on Holloway and nearly a 12th as that one slips right through the blue paint. We made it to game 64 of the round robin. That means it's the final one. With 16 teams, each team playing 8. We're just getting started. Whole lot of action through the rest of today, ending early with the semifinals, at least earlier than usual. Final game's at 4:45. That's a penalty. Martinson's headed to the box, roughing the call. Shamrocks get a third try on the power play, 1 for 2 so far. Sweeps away from Sherman, finds Rivera, centering pass for Wing, kicked to the near side and tapped back down. Sherman, sharp angle. Down low now. Thrown off the side of the net and nearly jabbed home in front by Rivera. Taggart down for Sherman. Good possession here. Sherman staying with it. Then he runs into a Minnesota sandwich. Sharp angle shot pad away by Holloway. Wang down low. That gets through Rivera. Minnesota clearing only to center. They will not be able to change. We're halfway through the power play. Neither side has made a line change. Rivera pumps the brakes in the corner. Up to the point, winding one up, a shot wide from Nathan Gantos. Pops out for Sherman. Sherman pulls the trigger. Glove saved by Holloway. Kept in by Taggart. Ten seconds left before Martinson out of the box. Back to even strength now. Mason Ramon. Shot deflected. Taken back by Ferris. Ferris in a one-on-one. Machine skaters crowding behind him, and they take it away. Stretch pass out of the defensive end now. Sticked in by Keegan Curran. And this one got by the defender. Ferris with a chance. Ferris into the slot. Shoots it wide. Recovering on it, Burrell. Cameron Sison. Sison slicing through. Throws it to the slot. They score! Drake Schaefer. The tapping in front, his second of the tournament. Still 3-1 over on the center rink between the Blades and Lac St. Louis Lions. Blades lead.
Minnesota Machine goal scored by number 22, Jordan Schaefer. Assisted by number 90, Cameron Simpson. On the goal, 9-14.
After trailing, Minnesota scores 2 unanswered and they lead. Up to Boucher at the blue line, fires one deflected wide. Rivera turns towards the corner. Checked into the wall. A chance now. Martinson driving towards the net. He loses track and gives Wagner a tap that the Shamrocks don't like as he's tugged down. .448 to play. Face-off won back by Minnesota. Gerke got up top. Backhanded just beyond the stick of Coet. Sherman lost it. Chance for Coet. Far side. Slides it across. Sherman takes back over for the Shamrocks. Can't get out of the zone. It's smacked back in by Noah Lavoie. This one gets by Lavoie. Sherman on the chase. One more defender to beat and he couldn't. Gerke with some space. Plays it across now. Smacked around the wall. Bounces right towards Wagner. He might hang on, and he will. This game important for seeding. Here's a nice move inside by Sison. He scores! 3-1. Rivera looking for redemption straight off the face-off. And before I talk about the seating, here's the delivery of the goal. These two teams, 14th and 15th. Minnesota 14th out of 16 with 3 points. Shamrocks 15 out of 16 with 1. So in order to advance ahead seeds in the grind, the Shamrocks would have to win in regulation. Minnesota just needs any result in overtime or a regulation win, which they're on pace for. 3 unanswered goals, they lead 3-1. Breakout unsuccessful for the Shamrocks. Taken away, Sison turning ahead, who just scored the recent goal. Falls down, wants a call, won't get one. Here's Schaefer, who also has a goal. He's going to draw a penalty. Sharp to the box. Sharp saying, what could I have done there? 1:59 left in the second period. So this penalty is just about the rest of the time here. It'll even take a second into the third. Here's a shot punched away by Wagner. That is if they don't score in the first minute 59. Castleman without a stick gets some help. Rivera tried to clear up the wall. Kept in. Point shot. Block it away. Wagner up in the air, bouncing on the goal line. It's not in. Now it is. Minnesota finally has their first power play goal of the tournament. Owen Cady. That was a great initial stop by Wagner, and then it went up in the air, stopped right on the goal line. It took a moment, but then it was poked home. Cady turns it in front. How about another? August Yankee, 5-1. And the Shamrocks have been ripped out of the ground. I don't know if it's the Shamrocks collapsing or the machine really kicking in gear. Castleman. Rebound there for Ferris, trying to tuck it home. He cannot score. Two-on-two corner battle now. Brought up to the hash marks. We've got some aggressive shoving. Wang. Given away, sent across. Intercepted. Pass intended for Martinson. Taken away, and a shot by Gantus is covered up as Holloway makes a nice stop. (4-1) now. Minnesota leads over Lock St. Louis. Both games ranging out of hand. Wagner is going to get pulled here with 15 to go. This is risky. So Sherman playing the extra attacker here, moves to the left. Sharp wins the draw. Centering pass off of Skaten. This opens up an empty net for the Shamrocks. Dished wide. No harm, no foul, it appears. Very close to it. The foul part. We're through two. 5-1. Machine lead. Through two. We'll go to a lengthy break on WSBN. See you after the Zamboni cleans the ice. Welcome back to the Nicholas Sportsplex, ready for the third period. Well, at least the Shamrocks are. Minnesota getting out on the bench. They've got a guy in the box as well, so the Shamrocks start with the power play. Penalties on Ben Remitz. Shots on goal. After it was 11-5 Shamrocks at one point, it's now 16-12 Minnesota. In the second, Minnesota outshot the Shamrocks 13-5. There's the first shot of the third, and a follow-up denied by Holloway. A third try also stopped. Back to Sharp, wide of the net. Boy, the Shamrocks coming out firing so far in this third period. Shots in the first were 7-3 Shamrocks, so we'll see if Shamrocks can get that swagger back like they had in the first. 28 seconds, so we have a whistle. Wagner covers. We start the grind shortly. Minnesota Blades lead the St. Louis Lions 5-2. The last two games before we begin the grind. A lot of these seeds are starting to be determined. We've already got a 1 p.m. matchup confirmed between Slovakia and the ESH National Selects. It is win or go home. So it'll be the last game for one of those teams. Boucher clears it to the corner. This is a great kill here by Minnesota. It was a rocky start, but they've kept it in the defensive end of the Shamrocks for quite a while now. Here is Sharp in a 3-on-1. Shoots, and it's into the glove of Holloway. We've got the 1:15 p.m. game here waiting to be determined. Everest Elite is one of the teams. We don't know anything else. A lot of the matchups just have one team in there, and we'll wait on who they play. Connecticut is technically ahead of First Class in the standings right now, but when you look further, yeah, Connecticut won the tiebreaker too. So Connecticut should move into that fourth spot. Here's a shot, denied. Finland looks to be in there. Boston's in. Minnesota's in. So it's most likely going to be Connecticut and Minnesota, the Blades, and then Boston and Finland. Please give the North Rink the Boston-Finland game. I'd love to recreate that. That game between those two was awesome, but the Blades-Rangers match is also exciting because they haven't played each other yet. As this one smacked into the net by Castleman. Could be the start of something here for the Shamrocks. For Will Castleman, that is his first goal of the tournament. Machine moving ahead. Jack Burrell. That's out of the reach of Keegan Curran. Creating a chance for Kai Bergeron on left side. 2-on-1. Bergeron waits, fires wide. He had Castleman on the back door. Gonna want that back. Poke check by Castleman. Now it's Ferris. Over the blue line, Minnesota. Toe drag by Schaefer, who's got a goal in this one. Schaefer goes down low with Ramon. Now Sharp turns it up the far side. Down for Curran. Sherman pulls ahead. Avery Sherman inside. Poked away. Now Smale with space. Sharp angle, and that was stopped by Holloway. Face off, one back, sent down the wall. Weighing in on the boards. Kavanaugh weighing in, but it comes back out to center. Now it's a board battle on the far side this time around. Up to the point, held in and a shot blocked. Katie taken away. Kavanaugh turns and slides into the boards. August Gerke the other way. He's got a goal. Shoots and it's blocked. Maverick Dahl on the defense. A lot of people falling on the shift, and one of them has a serious one. Kane Couette went down very awkwardly. Thankfully, he's up on his own. Shamrocks trailing by 3, get out to center ice. Burrell. Stopped at the blue line by Martinson. Having some trouble with that pass, nearly gave it away right to Castleman, who scored that recent Shamrocks goal. He goes to chase down below the goal line. Turns off a one. Another. But then the second try around Olsen doesn't go as planned. Took a while to get the shot off there from the point, and now Minnesota gets it out of their own end. Jace Lindbow. Lindbow left side. Aggressive defense by Taggart. Maybe too aggressive. Will play on. Pass launched ahead. Was stopped between two Minnesota defenders. And the one that comes away with it, Olsen. Olsen with time. Over the blue line. Olsen trying to spin move. Goes down. He almost pulled that off. Castleman's got Bergeron and misses him. All the way down to Holloway, who will cover. Sharp off the face-off, got blocked. Sherman in a chase, far side. Taken away now and pushed ahead by the machine. Poke Poke check by Sharp. Walk back over the blue line by Kuit. Kuit's shot rifled into the glove of Wagner. Top of the circle right off the face-off. Whistles wide. Now this gets out to the slot. Turnaround shot off the mark from Genki. Nice play off the wall. Now Katie with some space. Backhands it across. Cleared out by Sharp. First back is Lavoie finding a man. Chipped in by Kuit. Now Katie. Sharp back the other way. Finds Sherman. We're past halfway through this third period. Only one goal, and it was scored by Will Castleman. As the Shamrocks brought the deficit to 3 instead of 4. Fresh off the bench, Aaron Mouse stretches a pass ahead. This is behind Katie now, Ramon. Turns and falls at the red line. Taken ahead now. August Gerke with the shot wide. Wagner falls back while trying to save it. A lot of people falling in here in the third period. Even the goalies. Takeaway, Sharp at center. Walks in now, Sharp into the slot. Pulls the trigger, punched away by Holloway. Rivera takes back. Looking down for Sharp. Miscommunication between the two. Sharp got to be careful with the cross checks. Very close to a call, right in front of the official. Sison goes down and wants a call. That was not worthy of one. Just happened to primarily lose his balance. Delayed offsides, and plenty of time for Maverick Dahl to start the breakout. And still they turn it over. Creates a chance in front, and it's shot wide. Looked by Cameron Sison. Tracking back, Burrell, down the wall, Rivera. In deep for the Shamrocks, goes to get a change. Tie up down the corner, no look pass. Through the legs of one. Boucher shoots. Denied. Rebound. Ferris stonewalled by Holloway. We've got some shoving after the whistle. .508 to go. Ref said White's got too many, but the net is empty. That is why. Shamrocks rolling the dice here. They've got to win in regulation to try to get the 14th seed. So you have to act fast, and that's exactly what Scott Sherman's doing. And now, the Shamrocks are headed to the power play. And then Jace Lindbow appeared to have tripped Ferris. Timeout called by the Shamrocks. We've got a game.
Timeout Shamrocks.
Machine will have half the skaters of the Shamrocks with the pulled netminder. Drawing board out for Minnesota, coached by Ryan Zoldorf. (5-2) game favoring the Machine here. Live shots on goal, 19-18 Machine. One goal in the first from the Shamrocks is all we saw. 5 goals in the second from the Machine, all one-sided. And then 1 goal so far in the third from the Shamrocks. Big penalty kill needed. Put it in the empty net and it feels over. Shamrocks had 7 out there. We'll see how they do at 6. Wang shoots, score! We're still playing a hockey game. There will be a minute 51 left on the penalty to Lindbo. Wagner in the net as of right now. Ferris over the blue line, lost control. Rivera having to watch out. Katie right on his tail. Cantus gave it away. Katie on a breakaway. Katie to the forehand. Denied by Wagner. Katie, heck of an individual effort here. Now it's Wang up the wall. Ferris. Inside, Katie trying to make a move. Throws it on, denied by Wagner. Here comes Wagner, net's empty. Rivera, aside for Sharp. Taggart. Looking to center, can't do so. Rivera down the wall, Bergeron into the corner. 25 seconds left on the penalty of Lindbo. Sent across, Taggart on a shot, blocked. That's a big one by Kuit. Nope, sorry, that was Jack Burrell. Empty net to shootout, and Wang in the way. Delayed offsides. They'll get another try, and it's wide of the net. But still, they'll win the chase. Backhander! Stopped by the skates of Bergeron. Now Kavanaugh. Drops it back, Sherman. Wade shoots, scores! It's a 1-goal game! Three unanswered. Minnesota's offsides. It's Got nearly quiet in here. Shamrocks looking for their first win. They led at one point, were down by 4, and they're back within 1. What a game it's been. Minnesota still has their timeout. Doubt they'll need it. You're not trying to give any time for Coach Sherman on the other end and his guys to draw anything up. Sharp out ahead in a 3-on-2. Sauce pass for Sherman. Ending up below the goal line. Minnesota parents watch in stress. Wagner going to the bench. It's risky. They shoot from a distance. Stick down and it gets by. Just wide. Tip, no icing, and a chance off the side of the net. Oh. Taken back by Minnesota. Not over. That's going to be one that Minnesota wants back if they can't find it. Another chance here. Remitz waiting. Shooting blocked. 100 seconds to go. Sharp ahead. Breakaway. Rivera. You're kidding. Saved by Holloway. Ref takes a fall. Out of the zone. 2-on-2 with an empty net. And off the pipe. Rebound. Oh my goodness. You're kidding. You gotta be kidding me. So many empty net chances for the machine. Sharp angle. Won't go. I thought Sherman was about to put in his own net. Around it comes to Castleman. Castleman with the sub-minute hockey. Slides it through the crease. Minnesota carrying it out again. That looked to have been offsides, will play on. Sherman, drag, shoots, saved by Holloway. Puck don't lie. Oh my goodness. This is insane. Not what Minnesota signed up for, having a 5-1 lead. And all of a sudden, we have a 1-goal game that is stressful as can be. Down the wall, 30 to play. Clearing attempt won't go. Boucher back down the wall. Rivera centering. Ferris fanned on it. Back in the neutral zone. Some trouble for Gantus. What a racing effort by Genki. Genki kicks it to his stick. Wide of the net. Dozen seconds. Still a chance. Not a big one. Castleman. Up the ice, Sharp with 5. Braden Sharp, the game on the line. Skating by. Can he get a shot? We have a penalty. Interference. Imagine it was a penalty shot. Oh my. It's not going to be. That's what the Shamrocks would wish for. .2 to go. They'll overload the right side. 1.2 here is the game. One back, no shot. And Minnesota hangs on. Probably the most stressful watch of the tournament for both sides. What a game. That's hockey. What an effort by Scott Sherman and his boys. Down 4, they find 3. But 3 is not enough. And we begin the grind now in just about 25 minutes, maybe even shorter. Minnesota will have the 14th seed, Shamrocks the 15th. .115 game still has not been determined over here. It is 12:50. Everest is waiting on the boards, but their opponent is unknown. So, We will hear the Star Spangled Banner. Signing off, Brandon Bowling, our producer. My name is Luke Jordan. Enjoy the tunes as you finish out.